Today, February 2025, today being on 15th, it marks the most important day for the African continent. That the elections for the AU chairmanship, as well as the commissioners and other representatives, is taking place at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Several uh, presidents or heads of states have assembled for the same initiative. And we understand the candidates for the AUC chairmanship. But we need to understand the history of AU. You need to know that formerly it was called OAU, Organization of African Unity. When we look at the history of AU, we must understand that the African Union, which is AU, was established in 2002 to replace the Organization of African Unity, OAU. The AU is an intergovernmental organization that promotes unity, economic development, and international cooperation among African countries. How was it formed? When we look at the formation of AU, AU was announced. It was announced in Sirte, Libya. That is in 1999. AU was launched in Durban, South Africa in 2002. OAU was disbanded the same day as the AU's launch. When AU was launched, the OAU was disbanded the same time. That is in 2002. When we look at the history of OAU before it was changed into AU, when we look at the history of OAU, we should understand that it was established in 1963 at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Its activities included diplomacy, mediation, and research. Those were the activities of OAU, that it included diplomacy, mediation, and research. Then it was instrumental in bringing African states together. AU achievements. When you look at AU, there are some achievements that we should be proud of as Africans. That AU has organized a coordinated African response to health emergencies like Ebola and COVID-19. It is working to create a single market in Africa through African Continental Free Trade Area. AU Assembly members, when we talk about the AU Assembly members, African heads of states and governments or their accredited representatives who meet to debate and pass resolutions. That is what is made up of what we call the AU Assembly members. It is made up of African heads of states and governments or their accredited representatives who meet to debate and pass resolutions. Like as the elections for the AUC chair take place in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, the assembly is responsible for the elections. And this assembly, as we have heard, it's made up of heads of states and governments or their accredited representatives. The headquarters is at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. That is the AU headquarters or the African Union headquarters. When we talk about the AU chairperson, we should also understand that the chairperson of AU has got responsibilities. And the responsibilities that this chairperson has include: he is the chief executive officer and legal representative of the AU, the Commission's chief accounting officer as well. The AU chairman or chair has the following functions: when he is responsible for the Commission's administration and finances. The AU chair promotes and popularizes AU's objectives and enhances performance. He does what we call consulting and enhancing or consulting and coordinating what we call key stakeholders like member states, development, and partners. He does what we call appointing and managing commission staff. That is the work of the AU chair. First, as I have stated, the AU's chair, as we have heard, is responsible for the Commission's administration and finances. Secondly, he promotes and popularizes AU's objectives and enhancing its performance. Another one is consulting and coordinating with key stakeholders like member states, development partners, among others. He is also responsible, the AU chair, he is responsible for appointing and managing commission staff. Remember, we have other staff members for the commission, and that is the responsibility of the AUC chair to appoint those staff members. We should also understand that this commission has got some roles and responsibilities. Apart from having such responsibilities, the AUC chairmanship seat, we should understand that it is renewable once after every 4 years. It is renewable once after every 4 years, which means the elections take place after every 4 years. African Union has got a structure that we should all understand, that at the top of the structure we have the chairperson, and we also have the deputy chairperson. So the chairperson and the deputy chairperson, these ones are elected by the assembly. And we understand that the assembly is made up of the heads of states and governments, including the accredited representatives. That is the assembly. The assembly is in charge of electing the chairperson and the deputy chairperson. After the deputy chairperson, we have what we call the commissioners. The commissioners are elected by the executive council. The executive council is in charge of electing the commissioners. And after that, we have the staff. The staff is elected by the AU chairperson. The chairperson is the one in charge of electing or appointing the staff. Remember, the terms for the commissioners are for 4 years, and they are renewable ones. That is what we ought to understand when it comes to AU, the African Union. Thank you for following. Remember to subscribe if you have not. God bless you.